And speaking of elections, tomorrow is the big day.
There's just so many important races to keep track of, and we want to give you a little bit of a preview of if you're still deciding who you're going to vote for tomorrow.
Yeah, so let's bring in our Fox 13 political analysts right now. We've got Cathy Allen is a Democratic strategist, and Randy Pepple is a Republican strategist.
And they both teach a course at UW together. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
So guys, we're about to get an update on how many ballots obviously are going to be turned in. We don't know the latest numbers yet, but from what we do know so far, we've got 32% coming in so far statewide. I know you guys have both said this, voter turnout matters. But how does it matter? So let's start with you, Cathy.
I would say right now with that 30%, that's actually kind of a statewide issue. What that is really about 45% of the total that's going to come in. And so from that perspective, these are the votes that are going to be ready tomorrow night. These are the ones that will get put in the machines, get ready to count, and will give us about half the number of the likely voters who are going to vote and what they think.
Now, there's just a ton of different local races happening tomorrow. So, Randy, give us one or two that you're really keeping a close eye on.
Well, I think some bellwethers up in the 10th legislative district, which is Whidbey Island, Snohomish County, Skagit County. We've got a state house race up there that is very competitive and features a little bit of a character issue with the Democrat incumbent. That will be one to tell us were voters holding onto their ballots before they made up their mind. And then the U.S. Senate race between Tiffany Smiley and Senator Patty Murray. If that race is close in the initial count, I think that bodes very well for Tiffany Smiley.
And speaking of that race, I wanted to bring attention to that because just a couple of days ago, we knew that the margin was slimming down. It was 2% for one of the polls. But now today, a Moore group just came out. There's another latest poll saying that Smiley is slightly in the lead here. So what do you make of all of this?
It's all within the margin of error. I mean, if you look at these polls, they're all telling us what I think we know, which is nobody knows. It is going to be within a few points in that race. And the fact that Tiffany Smiley is this close to a 30-year U.S. senator is very good news for her.
It's not what I see. I have to say that I think that the Patty Murray numbers are actually rallying near the end, given the fact that we have more Democrats that have actually turned in those ballots sooner than later. And the other part about it is that right now what we've seen is that people are moving into that phase of, oh, gosh, I just want it to be over. It's like too much. And more people than not have actually sort of been looking at this as, I don't want to necessarily vote what the national message is. I want to vote what's right here in Washington State.
Now, another big race that we're following is the King County Prosecutors race.
Yes.
On paper, we've got two Democrats who are running, but really philosophically and how they approach crime, which is a big topic for a lot of people, is very different. So how do you see it playing out, Randy?
Well, I think that Jim Farrell, who is the mayor of Federal Way and one of those two candidates, has said, I am going to do things differently than the incumbent. Lisa Mannion is basically the incumbent. I mean, she's chief of staff to the incumbent, and she says, I'm going to keep doing the same things. I think Jim Farrell's going to win because there are very few people who think that what's going on with public safety and crime in our area should be continued.
We want to actually play some sound with Lisa Mannion and Jim Farrell. Take a listen.
We are definitely facing some very serious backlog in our cases. I'm proud that I've secured $14 million to tackle the court's backlog of filed cases. So we must continue to triage those cases. We must continue to work with the court to bring innovation so that we can work through those cases in an expeditious manner.
Number one, we need to address that crushing backlog. Number two, we need to make sure that we reorganize the office to have more trial deputies going into trial, and that we have an organization that really reflects the best efficient use of our resources.
Cathy, what's your reaction to us both hearing from both of those candidates?
You take a look at this. A woman versus a guy, a woman who's in the actual job right now, taking a look at what's going on, and a guy who's actually saying he wants to come in, a person who was a Democrat, it's a Republican, and now is a Democrat. I mean, the fact is, this is another one of these political stories that's not necessarily being, focused on anything other than the money. Right now, both of these two have raised over $400,000, and this is a great case to take a look at. Really, are we talking about what's the crime, or is it what's the politics?
Well, I mean, all of those races that we talked about are very, very close. So I know that there was one thing is for sure, a lot of people will be paying attention.
Absolutely.
And you can find a list of drop boxes and voting centers on the voter guide section of our website, along with a bunch of other helpful information about our state's top races. Just go to fox13seattle.com/election.